Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Executive Innovation Show. At first, it was telling me that my internet was gone, connection was gone, but we are here. Come on in, say hello. Let me know where you're joining from. If this is your first time joining me on the Executive Innovation Show, please drop a one in the chat so that I can welcome you. But come on in. I am Shevvy. If you're new here, if you are my OG, come on in. I'm streaming currently on LinkedIn, which is my go-to platform, but also on my YouTube channel, The Executive Innovation Show. So go and subscribe if you have not, and also on Facebook, y'all. But come on in, say hello. And today we are talking about creating a line partnership to grow your business, especially if you're looking to tap into the federal market. So welcome. So if you are new here, I am Shevvy, and I help founders who are educated and certified to break into the federal market by helping them to identify opportunities, but also submit merit-worthy proposal that gets through the actual door so that it can be reviewed and get awarded, but also helping them to connect with aligned partnerships. So that is my focus here. And today we're talking about aligned partnership and how you, as a founder who is more than qualified, who has the certifications, multiple certifications, but the traction and the momentum is not there, and you are tired of just attending training and resources and all the things without seeing true momentum. But I'm going to share with you how I was able to help clients to come and connect with aligned partnership by identifying key partnerships for them, but also how I was able to leverage what I do in my business for myself as well, to create partnerships to grow my company as well. I'm trying to make sure this is good to go. I don't see anyone yet, but as I stated, come on in. But also, before I forget, y'all, as your consultant, your trainer, your speaker, and your author, I want to share with you all my book that I have in hand, y'all. Okay, let me make sure without covering my face. In hand. So this is my book, Woman Breed, Leading Through Life, Career, and Business While Thriving Every Season. And this is for the high-performing women, leaders, and business owners who are looking to reset, lead, and thrive in 2026 and beyond. So get your copy, and I'm so excited. And I use this for our training, my Woman Breed experience, also coming into organizations. If you're ready to bring me in to elevate your women leaders, but also maybe it's a co-head, you have males in there. Guess what? We have the leader experience as well too. So I want to just plug this in here because it feels so great to have your official book in hand, y'all. So here we go. Let me move it over. So excited. Love it. And I'm going to be sharing more about this as we continue on. So yeah. So welcome back to the Executive Innovation Show. I had to plug that in because as an author, you have to find every opportunity to showcase your book and who it's for. So definitely you can reach out to me, connect with me. But today we're talking about aligned opportunity. Let me put this down here. And, you know, when it comes to being that go-getter, that ambitious individuals, because what I've noticed, I attract individuals who are very similar to me, which are, high-performing business owners and founders who are go-getters, who are well-educated, who are certified galore. And things are not happening, even though they've done all the work, they've put in all this work and effort, but they're not seeing the traction that they expect because of what they have invested, what they have done in a sense of training, all the things, making connections. So we're going to shift that because I was you at one point. I was that person. I got a lot of certifications, okay? From when I was on active duty to launch my business is like certification. I'm like, okay, hold up. Let's make sure that we are leveraging what we already have in place, okay? And how we can leverage that to bring in opportunities in the federal space, but also, and I'm not saying leverage the certification to get an opportunity automatically. I'm saying leveraging your skill set, your education, your experience, and your certifications, degrees to create these opportunities through identifying RFPs, but also building true connection with someone who can potentially be a potential collaborator to get you closer to that opportunity. Okay. So let's talk about where you are right now. So as a founder, as I stated, like you have the skill set, like like you have decades of experience. You know that what you bring to the table is different, what you bring to organization is different, and you know that you have a solution that a specific agency or multiple agency can utilize, whether that's in tech, whether that's in healthcare, whether that's in leadership, whether that's in change management, whether that's in cyber. Like you have something, and when it comes to executing and getting that result to that agency, you know that you can deliver. But the challenge that you are having right now is your ability to really position yourself and your company in the right environment, because we know the space is big. We know there's a lot of noise. We know there's a lot of conversations, but then those conversations does not lead to anything. And that's the part where you're frustrated, where you're like, hey, I'm connecting, I'm doing all these things, but it's like, what next? Like we talked about, I think, was it last week or maybe 2 episodes ago, where we talked about, like, you have all the certifications, what's next? Okay. And if you're tuning in, I cannot see your comments at all if you're here live, but if not, hashtag replay. And, maybe when you go to events and you connect with individuals and other founders, they'll say, hey, let's connect. And then nothing happens. It's like ghost town. It's like, individuals come into me, say, hey, Shevvy, I need your help. And then it's like, we have a conversation and they leave and I never hear back from them. And that's okay. That's going to happen. You're going to have a percentage of that happening where people say, hey, they're going to follow through, but they don't follow through. Okay. But I'm going to share with you how you can make sure that you position yourself for aligned partnership, because when you are in the federal space, sometimes going after the contract it's great, but it's not, nothing is guaranteed in the government space. But what I know is that when you are able to connect and create a relationship with someone who you can build upon, who's already in that space, things move a little bit quicker and easier for you as someone who is newly coming into the space, who is now looking to submit their first, merit-worthy proposal to the government so that it can get through the door. And welcome, Shanella. Thank you for joining here from New Jersey. You're joining live. Please let us know what you do in the chat, since you are my OG in the chat. So come on in and let us know what you do. And so as I was saying, it's about looking at how can you position your company for those opportunities? And that's when partnership opportunity comes in. So if you have been struggling to tap into the federal market, if you have been struggling to really position yourself for opportunities, one way you can start shifting that process and that outcome is to look at who in your sphere of your community, of your influence, who is already ahead of the game when it comes to doing what you're doing. Who is someone that you can say, hey, this will be a great person to connect with? And the first thing I will say, it doesn't have to be someone in your community only. It could be someone right here on LinkedIn. And you can identify someone on LinkedIn. You can go to the search. You can, maybe there's someone already in your connection on LinkedIn. Maybe there's someone who is following you on LinkedIn. Maybe there's someone that pops in your feed today, and you're like, oh, who's this person? Well, you want to take that time to do some research on that person, number one. And this is how you create partnership, because these are things that I done. And partnership is not guaranteed. This is just the path to create those opportunities and start having those conversations. And one thing that you can do, like I said, you can look right here on LinkedIn to see, okay, who am I connected to already? And let's see if there's synergy. Let's see if there's opportunity for us to collaborate. And what you want to do is see if there's something that you can connect with, because these are things that I've done for myself. These are things that I've done for my clients in the past. And these are things, if you work with me, I will share with you. I'm sharing right now, but also help you to make sure that you are identifying a line. Because the key thing is making sure that the person that you're connecting to is aligned. We're not just connecting with anyone. And you want to look at how can you and that person create a conversation. And you want to take the first step. That is connecting with that person, sending them a message, and not a message to pitch or sell anything, but a message to say, hey, I'm Shevvy, X, Y, and Z. Maybe there's something that resonated with you about that person. And then ask them to connect on a call to see how you can get to know them, learn more about, their services, their mission, and so forth. This is how you start that opportunity that can lead to partnership, aligned partnership. So the first thing is to make sure that you're doing deliberate outreach. Because I know sometimes people are on here and they're just connecting with everyone. And when I first got on LinkedIn, and honestly, my LinkedIn year in review was like, oh, you joined LinkedIn in 2020. I was like, oh my goodness. And in 2020, y'all, I didn't know what the heck I was doing on LinkedIn. I was pretty much, trying to figure things out. And I was just connecting with people, not knowing how the platform worked. So I was just like going with the flow. And you may be doing the same as a founder who don't have the time, because maybe you're not here on LinkedIn much. Maybe you're just like, hey, I got work that I have to execute on. I don't have time to be building connections, and, all the things. But that's when, founders have hired me to say, hey, Shevvy, I don't have the time. I don't have the capacity. Can you do the work for us? Of course, I can do done for you. Which again, that comes at a higher level of experience, but also investment as well too. Good afternoon, Samantha. Thank you for joining. Please drop in the chat what you do and who you support in the sense of your services. And today we're talking about creating an aligned partnership to grow your businesses. And if you have experience in building a relationship and creating a partnership, and that partnership resulted in something that was a win-win for you and that person, drop a yes drop partnership in the chat. Drop partnership in the chat if you were able to collaborate with someone and you were able to create a win for you, but also win for that person. Because with partnership, it's not about just you getting the opportunity as a founder who is looking to break into the market. It's looking at how can you bring your services to leverage that partnership so that they can go after those big contracts and give you a piece of that pie. Okay. And so that is one thing that you want to do, is to implement deliberate outreach. Okay. Do your research. And this is something that I do, and I've connected with, I'll be sharing some stuff as I continue on. For myself, but also with my client. I'll share a quick example. Like, for example, one client that I was working with, which was more done for you services, that I was doing the work, identifying the opportunity, submitting the proposal, but also identifying key aligned partnership. And I was able to identify multiple partnerships, and not saying that all partnership will come to a X where like, yes, we're perfect. But you have those conversations. And what I was able to do for that founder was really help that founder to connect with an aligned partnership where we all three had multiple conversations. Well, more, I was the coordinator, the executor, making sure those conversations were being scheduled and coordinated, because again, my client at the time was crazy busy and did not have the time and capacity. But I made sure, as someone who is that middle person, supporting my client, but also making sure that this partnership understand the importance of what my client has that can help them to solve the problem that they had, that are where they are supporting the government. So you see how that partnership is essential, it is important, but also it's a segue for you as a founder to go from being here at the bottom where you're like, man, when is this going to happen for me? And I have all this, things that I've built or what I'm creating, the services, and now you meet someone who's already in that federal space working, whether that's DOE, NHS, all the things, or Department of War, and they are already in that space, and they have been in that space for decades, y'all. Okay, so these are not partnerships that just got there 2-3 years ago. These are aligned partnerships that understand the federal market, has made millions and millions in that market, and are looking for small businesses who are in alignment and can bring a solution to that. And that's what I was able to do for one of my clients, is really bring it. And guess what? Even though the government shut down, guess who still continued to nurture that partnership? Me. That's what I do, is to make sure that that opportunity does not go to waste, but you continue to nurture it and make sure that you have those conversations. That means you follow up, you connect, you check in. What's the status of this? Because again, life is happening for these partners. Things are still moving. So as the founder, if you don't have time, then you can say, hey, Shevvy, we want you to do this for us, make sure that this stay. And guess what? We still have conversation happening. We're scheduling to see, to close the gap, close the gap, y'all, to close the gap, because this is partnership, okay? Because they want to make sure that, again, alignment, trust, and the ability to execute. And my client at the time was able to showcase what they can do for that company. And guess what? They was like, yes, let's have another meeting. So again, when it comes to partnership and growing your company, it works when you do it with intention, my friend. Okay. So if you're still with me, drop intention. I have Samantha here. She said partnership. That's right. Oh, y'all. Excuse me. Let me drink some water. All right. So the first thing we're doing, deliberate outreach. Okay. That's number one. And Samantha dropped partnership because guess what? That lets you know that she has put her company in the position to be partnered with other companies to leverage what she does, but also create growth for her company as well too. Another way you want to create partnership is introductions. So when I say introduction, look at who are you connected to in a sense of your friends, in a sense of maybe a past coworker, maybe it's a business friend that you connected with at a conference, and maybe there's no collaboration between you and that business that you connected with at that specific conference, but maybe they know someone that can be a great potential partnership for you. Because I do hear conversations from, founders who are, meeting people, they're having conversations, but then it's like, nothing. It's like a ghost town. And I get it. Not everyone is going to follow through. I'm that person. I'm going to follow through. I'm going to follow up. And what I have witnessed, not only for myself, and I've done for another client, was where I connected with someone who reached out to me on LinkedIn here. And, we connected. This founder shared what they were doing in their space. And they were looking for, opportunity to tap into innovation funds, and they shared what they were doing. And automatically, as this founder was sharing what the company did and what the company was looking to do, I knew this specific client that I was serving will be a great fit, because that is what they were building. What they were building aligned with what this company was also building. So you see, it's not just one client, it's other clients, it's myself. So you have to look at, how do I position myself for key partnership and aligned partnership, being deliberate, but also looking at who in your network already has something that maybe knows someone that can connect you to create those opportunities for your business growth. And by me connecting that founder with my client, guess what? They had multiple conversations of bringing that founder in to advise them on the specific piece of equipment that they had that they could utilize. So again, which can lead to multiple millions of dollars. So again, it starts with the conversation. It starts with being intentional. It starts with looking at how can we continue to see how we can leverage and grow. And this is what I support my client. One of the parts of how I support my clients with, when it comes to breaking into the federal market, when it comes to submitting merit-worthy proposals, but also aligning with aligned partnerships that creates a win for you, but also with the partner, so that you can continue to grow and not burn out. Okay. Because I know you are done wasting time. You are like, Shevvy, I'm ready for action. I'm ready for leadership. I'm ready for execution. Okay. And I'm ready to see the money flowing in. Okay. Drop money in the chat if you're like, hey, I'm ready to create partnership that leads to revenue growth, but also not keeping me up at night because I'm burnt out trying to figure this, government complexity, the complexity of this government space. Drop money in the chat. All right. And so we talked about deliberate outreach. We talked about introduction. And another thing that I want to share, even for me, like, I'm a connector. I love connecting with people. I love genuine connection. I'm not just connecting with you just for an opportunity. I'm looking at, okay, ooh, this person seems like a nice person to connect with, but also I can see there's an opportunity for us to collaborate. Even outside of the collaboration, I look at how can I still continue the conversation. That's right, Chanela. She said, money. That's right, money. And even for me, I have, conversations with, whether it's a nonprofit organization, whether it's another organization looking to bring me in to do leadership training. And these are paid opportunities, y'all. And also, another founder is saying, hey, what you're doing, I would love to bring you in to do a series. And that is because someone else that I knew while I was on active duty, this was a civilian that came in and did some assessment for us and taught us how to implement the assessment, which we got certified on to do for our military folks. That person, because what I was sharing, I was like, oh, well, this is what I'm doing in my business. I would love to connect with, this organization that you're talking about. And one thing that sometimes we fail to do as founders, we fail to ask the question, who do you know that you can connect me to? Because I was like, oh, well, can you connect me to this founder? And this founder and I connected I think it was either 2021. I can't remember the exact year, but it's been a couple years. But guess what? We've had multiple conversations throughout the years. And there were times when we were like, hey, let's do this. And then funding fell through. And then guess what? We're back having but guess what? I still continue with that conversation. With that relationship, I still continue to, check in. How is, life going? How's the organizations? How can I support you? So it's really about not just saying, hey, I want to work with you and grow my company, but how can I serve you as well too? So you have to do both. You have to look at how can I connect with this person to create a partnership and collaborate an opportunity, but how can I still serve them at the same time as well? So now this organization is looking to bring me in not only to do a lunch and learn, but also an opportunity to do a series as well to in 2026. So again, you can create opportunities as a founder who is educated, who is trained, who is certified, who has a skill set and decades of experience, because guess what? You're me. Educated, certified. When I say certified, I'm looking at on one of my dresser in my bonus room, like all my certificates from, not all of them, but a good amount from even when I was on active duty, because I love learning in general. Okay. So if you love learning, type in love learning. Samantha said money. That's right. Money, 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 money. All right. Now we have Kelvin Evans. Thank you for joining. Please let us know where you're joining from. He said, glad to have joined this conversation. Yes. And thank you for being here. Since I think this is your first time being here, Kelvin. So thank you for being here. Drop in the chat what you do and also where you're joining from. Where was I? Yes, when I said I love learning, and you're probably the same. You probably love learning. You're probably getting another certification, which you don't need to. Okay, you don't need to if you're looking to break into the federal market. What you need to do is position your company for aligned opportunities and aligned partnerships. You can start seeing the momentum and growth as you continue to build your business, because you are ready for a shift and a change and to do something different in 2026. You are no longer looking to waste more time in a workshop, more time just attending webinars, more time attending conferences with no true result and impact. You're looking for someone to help you, guide you, and help you execute and create that momentum that you know that you have been missing for the last several months and even years. Okay? You're ready to see things differently. All right. So again, if you're looking to create aligned partnership to grow your business and you're ready to submit merit-worthy proposal that actually gets through the federal door, and you are looking for someone to help and connect you to aligned partnership to help you move that needle faster, but also generate revenue for you, then definitely connect with me, because as your leadership execution, your federal strategist, like, I'm here to help you shift that dynamics from being in a place of just that cycle, that roller coaster where you're doing and doing, but nothing is truly happening, to shifting into something like, okay, we see momentum within there. We see, oh, we have opportunities. Oh, we've identified a key, aligned partnership. Now we're having, we're scheduling conversation. Like, you are ready to start seeing things happen for you. No more talking, no more just, not, we're not planning. If you are truly ready for implementation, and someone who is going to be direct, who is going to, not hold your hands and be like, oh, someone who's going to be like, this is what you want to do. Here are the resources. Here's the path. Let's go ahead and move forward. If you're looking for someone who is truly going to have your best interests, okay, your best interest when it comes to breaking into the federal market, who is not afraid to ensure that you do the work, because again, it's not come here to say, hey, just sit around. We're not doing that. Unless you say, hey, Shevvy, I don't have the time, but here's what I need, but can you do the work for us? Then yes, we can do that for you. We can do it where we're understanding your business, understand what you're looking for, but also identifying opportunities, running the opportunities for you, and also helping you to submit that opportunity, that merit worthy opportunity. And also identifying and doing outreach for partnership on your behalf as well too. But if you're like, hey, I want to learn this process so that I can continue this, or also bring this on to my team, and then that is something that I can support you with. It is one-on-one support at this time. If you're looking for that growth to where you truly create momentum for yourself and for your business, and so that you can create that freedom that you keep saying, I want more freedom, but you don't have that truly right now, because you're grinding hard in your business. And you're like, yeah, I can't continue grinding this hard in 2026 when I have a family. I want to make sure that I am well, mentally well, emotionally and physically well. And you want to make sure that you have time. You want to look at the next 3 to 5 years and say, okay, we got a team who is executing. We have grown, 10x where we were 3 years ago, because now we are in the federal market. We are known in this space. So if you are ready for true momentum and execution and leadership, because there's a gap of where you're at and where you're trying to go, and you feel like this, you believe that in this moment, okay, you need someone who is strategic, but also who can help you not only plan, but execute and make things happen. Because when it comes to your growth, you have to look at different avenues. You have to look at different opportunities, and you have to look at who is already in that space that I can start having conversations with, whether that's making sure that there's someone here on LinkedIn, again, outreach, deliberate outreach. Is it someone in my network? Guess what? Don't be afraid to ask. We are being bold and asking for the things that we want. I don't care if it's life, your business, whatever it is, you want it, ask for it or go after it. We can't waste time. Time waits for no one. And as your guide, I'm here to help you. I'm here to support you. But today we talked about creating an aligned partnership to grow your business. And if you felt like today what I shared resonated with you, drop a 4 in the chat. If this topic resonated with you, drop a 4 in the chat. Okay? Because too often we have ambitious, driven founders who are well educated, who are certified, who has the skill set, the experience, but they are lacking the positioning. Okay? They're lacking the positioning, the partnership, which impacts the opportunities. And if you're ready to shift that, connect with me, send me the word growth, and I'll be happy to connect with you. Just send me a DM. No phone calls, just send me a DM and just see, let's have a conversation. Okay? So I want to thank Shanella for joining me here today live, Samantha as well, and also Kelvin as well. I got a 4 from Chanela. Yes, yes. And I got a 4 from Samantha. Yes. Like we are shifting how we move forward in 2026, y'all. Okay. We have about 2 weeks left of this month. And this year has gone by fast. And I know you're going to be in reflective mode and you're going to be thinking like, dang, I did not position my company for federal opportunities, even though I've had multiple conversations, but nothing happened. And if you're ready to shift that and change that as you transition into 2026, reach out to your girl. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for joining me on the Executive Innovation Show. I'm your host, Shevvy, your consultant, your trainer, speaker, and author, okay? Helping founders like yourself to break into the federal market by making sure that you submit merit-worthy proposal and connect with aligned partnership to grow your business in the federal market space. All right. And I want to thank you for joining me, but don't forget, let me put that over here. My book, Woman Breathe, Leading Through Life, Career, and Business While Thriving Every Season, is officially printed. So I'm a self-published author with the help of 𝙤𝙤𝙡𝙪𝙩𝙞𝙤𝙡, of course, who has done an amazing thing. But this book comes with the workbook as well, which I should have brought upstairs as well too. But this will be going out to multiple individuals who already purchased their book bundle. But again, this bundle is for the women, but also for organizations who are looking to elevate their women leaders. If you are an executive woman who is navigating career and you're like, hey, I need some guidance, some consultants to help you reset, lead, and thrive in your role as a woman leader, trust me, I get it. I'm retired Air Force, 22 plus years. So I've worked and operated and led in high stress, high environment, male-dominated space, leading men, so I get it, okay? And a mom as well, too. But this book is for you. But you can click in my future posts to learn more about how this book can come into your organization, into your business, with a different training, workshops, and speaking as well, too. So have to plug this in, y'all. Because most authors, we write a book and then nothing happens. And that's not what we're doing over here. But thank you all so much for joining me on the Executive Innovation Show. Have an amazing Wednesday. And if you don't see me next week, have an amazing holiday. If you celebrate the holidays, be safe, okay? That's all I have. Well, thank you all so much for joining me. And I will see you all later, okay? Have an amazing rest of your week, my friend.